Failures are the stepping stones to success. We have heard this quote many times in our life, but it's only when we face real failure that we truly understand the meaning of this quote. Failures can be subjective to different persons, but overcoming those failures and standing back at your feet is what truly differentiates a champion person. In this episode of Abhivyakti, Vaani, the literary and public speaking club of IIM Amritsar, heartily welcomes Mr. Ravi Consul, who will share with us his trysts with failures as well as success. He will also share with us how, despite coming to a prestigious B school, he still encountered failures. This shows us that failures will keep coming back in your life in the form of challenges. It's what you do with those challenges that truly defines you as a person. Now, let's hear from Mr. Ravi himself.
Before taking you on this journey, I would state the famous quote from the book The Alchemist by best-selling author Paulo Coelho. There's only one thing which makes a dream impossible to achieve: the fear of failure. Having said that, I want you all to imagine yourself 3 years in the past, that is, late 2019. All things were going well, and each one of us was living their lives as we were supposed to live. At that time, I was working as a software developer at Bangalore when I finally decided to prepare for my first attempt of CAT. Just after 2 months of preparation, we all saw the advent of novel coronavirus, and suddenly there was panic all around. Just after the outbreak, people started getting seriously ill, losing their jobs, getting stuck at one place, and some of us working from their home. Just like most of the software engineers, I was one among the people who was doing work from home. As this was a new concept then, managing a new set of expectations from work and my CAT preparation became challenging for me. When I started to give mock tests for my CAT preparation, I scored miserably low in the first few mocks, which further made things difficult for me, reducing my overall confidence. Not being able to cope up with the two, getting stuck at one place for so long, and constant hearing of negative news all around eventually led to frustration in me. Unfortunately, these all things led to a disaster on the D-Day, of me scoring below 80 percentile in my CAT and getting no shortlist from any of my dream B schools. This also impacted my performance at work, which led to rejection in many good opportunities. By this time, I already felt like having wasted an entire year and difficulty to focus on multiple things. Having experienced this for some time, I decided to move forward in my life and get some time off from my regular routine to figure out what and when exactly went wrong. After a few weeks of introspection, I figured out that my mindset to approach the things is something I could work upon. Instead of focusing on goal-oriented mindset, I could rather focus on process-oriented mindset. So, without any further delay, I started to follow a fixed sleeping routine with minimal access to digital platforms post my work hours, and journaling every night to be cognizant of my words and actions to later reflect upon them. I also started to read books which genuinely interested me to gain knowledge about multiple things. I kept on doing these things consistently without thinking much about whether I'd be able to achieve my goal or not. These atomic routines generated habits in me which led me to better manage my time for work, personal life, and of course, my second attempt for CAT. Fast forward to the second D-Day. Due to these habits, I performed well and scored a 94 percentile in my CAT and getting multiple shortlists from my dream B school. I was also able to get recognitions from my organization and my clients for my quality work done so far. This boosted up my confidence and my belief in importance of generating new habits over time, and fortunately, I was able to make through the process of IIM Amritsar. Moving forward a few months in MBA at IIM Amritsar, I'm sure you must have gone through or experienced the rigorous process of committee and club selection processes at B schools. Just like most of you, I was also part of one such process where I made it to the grueling process of one committee till the last round but got rejected at the end. This was again a heartbreak for me, but I kept my pre-MBA learnings like consistency, journaling, learning from my failures with me, which eventually helped me in cracking my summer internship process during just first few days of its inception. So, success and failure are just parts and parcel of life. It really doesn't matter what we are going through right now. What matters is whether we have the right mindset, ability to accept our shortcomings, take feedbacks, and work upon it. If we can develop these habits over time, we all can achieve the goals we target and become a better person both individually and professionally. At last, I would state the famous quote by Joseph P. Kennedy Sr. to summarize the learnings: when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Thank you.